Hi there, welcome back to What the Flick. I'm still Christy, that is still Alonso. We're just gonna be here all morning for you, whatever you need.
Dig in, everybody.
We don't leave. So, and why should you leave your own couch ever when there are many, many things you can watch on home video? It's kind of slim pickings. Alonso picked the good one for himself. No, you know what though, because that doesn't even come out on DVD until next week.
No, but it is digital tomorrow, so I'm counting it, and I'm speaking, of course, about Black Panther. Which, weirdly enough, but we were just talking about box office. It was at number 7 this week. It's still a viable theatrical option, and in fact, is $7 million away from being the third film ever to reach $700 million domestically. But since it's digital tomorrow and on Blu-ray next week, I don't know if it's got another $7 million in it. But you never know. Maybe they'll still, they'll leave it in theaters just for that thing to happen.
It's been out for 12 weeks now, Black Panther. It made $3.1 million last weekend. As you say, it's made $693 million.
Yeah. So it's crazy how these video windows work. I mean, I think usually it does, movie gets like about a 3 or 4 week life, and that it comes out on Blu-ray, whatever. But there are movies that have legs, and I guess too bad those video dates are set in stone and there's no moving them. And so, this is probably a film they weren't going to necessarily yank from theaters, but is going to take a dive now just because so many people have the home option.
It still made a crazy amount of money, and hopefully,
it did indeed.
So clearly a lot of people did do what they should do, which is go see it in the theater.
No question, yes. I think this became an event film for a lot of audiences, which is exciting, and not just in the way that Marvel movies tend to be. But I think if you want to watch it at home, there are a lot of really cool extras involved. I've been getting all these emails from Disney about the women of Wakanda, and all these sort of behind the scenes, and I kind of lament the passing of the DVD extra. I'm a big
featurette.
I'm a fan, and I like commentary tracks. I like all that stuff, and more these days, especially with streaming, you see that kind of falling by the wayside, unless it's Criterion or horror.
Okay, interesting.
Horror fans still want that stuff, and so you see these Scream Factory collector's editions or Arrow or different labels that will put out these really elaborate sets with alternate cuts and commentaries and interviews and all the sort of stuff that used to be fairly standard on any DVD, but now like the horror people are the one who want it.
I wonder why on horror. I mean, to talk about the themes or the social context.
I just think that I think that's an audience that wants to go deep, whereas I think that a lot of studios maybe decided that they didn't have to spend the extra money and have people, create this stuff. Even though there are people, I think there are filmmakers out there who have kind of this is their area to shine. People like Jeffrey Schwartz, people like Laurent Bouzereau, who really kind of go back and talk to people and get the goodies. And it's not just, oh, here's the trailer, but that's harder to come by these days. But again, horror and Criterion, those are sort of your choices now. But it looks like Black Panther is going to come loaded with goodies. So if you miss goodies. We
cannot get enough of Black Panther. Yeah, so that is your pick. It's an excellent pick. Mine is really different, and it's 8 Men Out. It is John Sayles' film 30 years ago. 8 Men Out came out. It's maybe my favorite baseball movie ever. It is not a showy baseball movie. Bull Durham also is out streaming. 8 Men Out is available streaming through Amazon, but as is Bull Durham if you want a more traditional kind of feel-good baseball movie. 8 Men Out is, of course, about the 1919 Black Sox scandal from John Sayles. It's this incredible cast. It's like John Cusack and David Strathairn, who is in every John Sayles movie, and
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen is in it. Yes, D.B. Sweeney's in it as Shoeless Joe Jackson. So it's a great, and John Sayles himself is in it.
And somebody does say. Say it ain't so, Joe.
So it is slow. It is like deeply entrenched in period detail and just the look and the feel and the interiors and the costumes. Like it's very immersive, and it's a fascinating story if you don't know it about how the 1919 World Series was fixed. And lots of things have happened since then to make sure that kind of thing does not happen. But back then that did not exist, and it's very much it's of its time, and that was like 100 years ago almost. So go learn your history about baseball. So that's my pick. But there are a lot of things out streaming. May is a really good month for streaming. It's not great for DVDs this week, but a lot of great James Bond movies are out and available for streaming, including Dr. No. You can just like start from the beginning.
Where it all began.
And watch all those old Sean Connerys on Amazon streaming starting now. I mean, like, May 1st. Oh, also, actually, since we're on baseball, Bad News Bears is also out on streaming. You can do a whole fast. Go ahead.
And so, no, I just was pulling up the John Sayles filmography, and I was thinking that, I mean, 8 Men Out, yes, it is a baseball movie and that it is set in the world of baseball, but in a way, it's more like Matewan in that it is about labor versus management and about sort of the, what the people in the trenches are called upon to do, even if they're not the ones who are profiting from it. And he made 8 Men Out right after Matewan.
There you go.
So there's a double feature for you if you want to check that out. Matewan's about a coal mining strike.
Yeah, and it's what the people feel like they have to do to get what's theirs, right?
Exactly.
They're being screwed. So so back to James Bond, you can watch Diamonds Are Forever, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Live and Let Die, Never Say Never Again, Octopussy, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, all the great Bond theme songs.
True. No On Her Majesty's Secret Service?
No, not this time. Thunderball, You Only Live Twice. Anyways, there's all of those are available for streaming. Insomnia, if you want underappreciated early Christopher Nolan, that is out. You've seen that, yeah?
Yeah, I actually have not.
Okay, so it's about not being able to sleep in Alaska.
Yes, and it's a remake, right? Wasn't it like it's a remake of a Scandinavian film? I want to say
that makes sense. Anyway, that's really great. The original Murder on the Orient Express, which I believe just played at the Turner Classic Film Festival.
That stands to reason.
That makes sense, does it not?
That stands. Sidney Lumet.
Yeah, so if you do all the Bond movies and you're sick of those, you can do the Rockies. Rocky 1 through 4 is out.
Also, Netflix just dropped season 2 of Dear White People, which I have not started yet, but I'm a big fan of season 1, which just came out on DVD. If you are that last person on earth without a Netflix subscription, but who does like physical media, you can get caught up.
So wait, so is the first season of Dear White People no longer on Netflix?
I can't imagine that would be a thing.
I was gonna say, you think that they would want to
I'm sure it's still on Netflix. It's their baby, but they've also released it on DVD, which I champion because we've talked about. There have been, I think Amazon isn't releasing Wonderstruck on DVD.
Oh.
They just want you to stream it, and I find that all very sketchy. Like I want to own a thing and have it on my shelf in case there's some weird legal copyright thing down the road where suddenly you can't stream it anymore and then it doesn't exist. So it's like, no, I want my tangible copy.
Yes. Well, I feel like they just didn't promote Wonderstruck perhaps as well as they might have from the get-go.
That's a whole other thing. But yes, you are totally
There's
right.
that. Also available to you on streaming, Wonder Boys. Which is pretty great. One
of the best Michael Douglas performances.
It really is. Wonder Boys is great. And
Curtis Hanson.
Yes, The Hurt Locker's out there. Elephant Man is out there, and both Brady Bunch movies.
Well, all right.
So I don't really even know what I would choose first. I think you got to watch the first Brady Bunch movie first.
Yes, because the second one you really need to know.
When a very Brady sequel comes out, you're not confused about it. But the thing with the Brady Bunch movies, though, is that they actually get that tone right that's hard. Like, they make fun of it while also enjoying it in a way that other movies like Baywatch
exactly.
and Chips.
Yeah, like 21 Jump Street is one of the few movies since then to sort of know how to, like, we're goofing on this, but we're also celebrating it, and to have those sort of multiple tracks going at the same time.
It's a hard balance to strike.